All right, Shalom Boys here. Well, directly to all of the people that are homesteaders and that are heating their homes with wood. A wood stove is, I think, one of the greatest investments that you can make on your homestead, because you can boil water on it, you can cook on it, and you can heat your home with it. So, it really does solve several problems when you're on homesteads and you need heat, water, or to cook. And what better way to do that is by using the surface of your wood stoves. Not all wood stoves are really conducive for it, but because you got to have a flat surface, but you need the supporting materials associated with that wood stove in order to ensure that it is running efficiently. And what do I mean by that? Typically, wood stoves, they don't have many moving parts, but they do have moving parts. And those parts that are constantly moving and shifting, you're going to need to put an ample supply of materials aside for. Your gaskets, okay? I change out my gaskets probably once every other year, if not every year, on the main one in the house. And those are the gaskets when you close the wood stove. If that goes, then you can't get a proper draw. You can't use the wood stove properly, and it really becomes dangerous at a certain time. So store up on this stuff. Store up on any other tools, screws for your stovepipe, cleaners for the glass, anything like that. Although you can make a lot of this stuff at home, you don't need to buy something, but there's certain things that you need to stock up on. The different ropes, the steel that go inside of your wood stove. Some of them, they get broken and they get brittle and you have to replace it. Steel rods, steel flat bars can be cut, provided that you got an angle grinder with a cutting wheel on it. But, these are things that you need to ensure that you have. What else do we got? I have to pick up a couple of sections of pipe. I have a dampener that I have to replace, as well as I got to put in another elbow. So when it comes to your pipes, you want to make sure that you're putting, if you're using single wall pipe, you want to make sure that you're putting parts aside. And the reason why you want to put parts aside is due to the simple fact that, things go bad, and so therefore you have it. I'm going to need one of these bad boys, a crimp elbow. But stuff like this, it's going to be critical that you have all of your corresponding pots and parts and support pieces. This stuff goes bad after a while, so you're going to have to be able to replace it. So it's good to have a couple of extra ones on hand. What else have we got here? They moved a lot of this, but you got the whirlwind, you got the stovepipe extensions. This stuff is expensive. This is for flat support. You see, they make different ones for outside if you want to run it outside. I'm doing a real thingamajig with mines, but this is all stuff that if you're going to install the stove, you need to ensure that it's done properly. You see how I did mine? I did mine with a custom base, backsplash going all the way up the wall, and then right out the through the tile. So again, you're going to need to store this stuff and have this stuff and know how to deal with your wood stove, because see, if a part break or if something is missing or out of line or whatever, you essentially you can't use the wood stove anymore. So take this into consideration for your builds. When you're installing wood stoves, you got to ensure that you have all of the moving parts necessary, because if you don't have one of the moving parts, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. It's going to become very dangerous. All right. Let me continue to get what I need. All right. Shalom.